as a child. It was, I assume, 1953, or maybe the winter of 1952, that I walked in the street with my father, and all of a sudden, it was in Riga, we were stopped by two Russian Soviet officers that demanded from my father to give his documents to check who he is, to identify. My father was very tensed. He asked, "What's the reason for that?" And the officer told, "You look very suspicious to me," which meant he looks Jewish, and it was the time of the plot of the doctors. And especially as a child, I was very afraid. I was afraid that my father may be arrested. And when it passed away, I forgot. But later, I remember something else. I played in the yard, and I come back home, and all of a sudden I saw that all the electricity is being put off. It is dark in our apartment, and my mother is sitting on the floor and crying, having a newspaper in her hand. So I asked Mama, what's happening? She told me, Stalin passed away. How can we able to continue without him? He is our father, She would know that her brother, a very prominent communist in Latvia, was killed by Stalin in 1937. And still Jews loved this leader. They were blind. And I think that it's a normal problem of the majority of people. People are always blind. People never know and not interested to know. They forget. But it is a challenge of the leaders not to forget and make a conclusion. Never count what people would say, what the majority would say. You have eyes, you have wheat, and it's obvious that only solution of all the Jewish problems is being in Israel, in our independent country.